Hello everyone and welcome to EU3. Sorry that we are running a bit late. Um, but we did have some problems with the VC and stuff. And I had some problems with OBS. But we are back for Miami. I was gone last week, but I would assume it was a good race. I didn't really see it. Matthew would know. He was commentating with Kanginis, also called Red Panda. Yeah, I didn't watch EU4 either, but we do have a new reserve in the Mercedes tonight, and we have 18 drivers out
Hmm,
on track.
we do. Probably best that you weren't here last week. I think your health and well-being would have been severely affected by the events around Baku. We finished with 3 finishers, Paco.
Oh, okay, then it probably wasn't a good race.
The other thing that we also need to be worried, a little bit concerned about, and I'm waiting for it to happen at some point during the race, is the mass disconnection from the PC people because Steam can't get their together. Because they're doing the updates because of the time difference switch in the US hasn't happened in the UK or Europe as of yet, so that should be fun. You've mentioned the new reserve in the Mercedes in Not Ras. He will be asked after this race if he would like a full-time seat because there is one going. Guys, if you do sign up, please don't be this guy, okay? Sidecar Kieran agreed to do the attendance and then left the server an hour and a bit before the race supposed to start without saying anything. Please don't be that person. It's really annoying. We put a lot of effort in, and he's just made the list, Hacko, the banned list for the rest of the season if he all of a sudden decides to return. It's frustrating for us admins. We don't need another issue. Alongside Not Ras was another new joiner this week. I've got to find him now, in Limits, who's in the Haas replacing Molliers, who's unavailable. He is our EU3 reserve, so those two will be bumped up a position. Sid is in the Alpine for Salmon. You've got, who else is in there? Nico's in the Red Bull for JRN, and I think that's about it, because Not Ras is replacing Isaac this evening. We're waiting on Ty to join us as well, otherwise that will also be a no-show and a attendance reprimand. A few teaming issues, but we shall brush that aside because we've got another quality session of Miami. Thoughts of Miami, Hacko, for you?
Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky track, isn't it? Especially Sector 1 with getting the entry speed right, having the car actually turn in, and then coming up to this Mickey Mouse section that Caxel is in. It's all about really pushing with the limits of the track as well as the limits of the car. I think we will see some setup differences. Some people will go for a more straight line setup, while some will go for a bit of a more stable setup with some downforce on it to help in the middle sector. But it should be really tight, as you can see by Nisula and Racer. They are quite close, and then there's a bit of a gap down to Griffin.
Nasuda raced in his first. Oh, this seems to be a problem for Limits. Nasuda is a returning driver, someone we saw in EU3 last season. He did his pace test. He's in EU4 at the moment. Definitely, I think we'll be picking. I don't know why I've just invited him because he's already in. Definitely keep an eye out to the one that's going to probably pick up the pace quite quickly and possibly a mover to EU3 further down the line as his qualifying pace shows.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah, Miami is that track. I mean, there's a bit of a marbles problem on this track as well in some of the corners. Run a bit wide and you get marbles on the tires and you have no grip. I quite hate the marbles because they're not on the preferred line, so you kind of have to work around them, so in some way. But I mean, it puts spin into the works. As Goran is pushing down the back straight. It's not even the back straight, it's the sector 3 straight. Down into the hairpin. Quite a difficult corner, the hairpin is. Especially with picking up your braking point. You can't brake at 100, but then there's a good chance that you'll miss the corner.
Yeah, pole time. I reckon we're going to see into the low 27s. Griffin's done a 27s flat on his time trial time, so I reckon we're going to get close to that ballpark figure. I've heard that the 26s are being looked at in EU2, which would be incredibly scary.
Yeah, it is possible. Even for me,
It is.
the worst driver. Yeah, it's all about. I mean, you don't really have to be the fastest. It's just all about being consistent throughout every sector, and that's the difficult part around this track. As we see, Mix getting out the way.
Look, you have to look at our championship. Really, Lewis is currently leading the championship by 6 points. Has been one of the faster drivers on occasion this season, so he's up front. Almanac is there as well. We've got gap down to Dan, who's currently 3rd in the championship, one of the 3 survivors from last week. So he knows he's not the quickest. However, as you said, consistency is key. He's in a battle with... and then there's a battle for 4th at the moment between Griffin, Molliers, Goran, Andre, Ty, Rob, Stelcho, Weisboy, Caxel, and Montz, all separated by 15 points from 4th down to 13th. So after the top 2 and then Dan and in a bit of a gap, it's anything to play for.
Yeah, it
so
is
far
quite
in the
close.
constructors. It is quite close. I haven't looked at the constructors' standings. Alpha Tauri lead the way in this tier on 109, followed by Alfa Romeo, Ferrari, Haas, Alpine. So overall, the constructors is looking a lot tighter in EU3 than perhaps the drivers' championship is.
Yeah, I mean, the driver pairings around here is quite close as well. Especially in quali pace. Some of these drivers are really quick in quali, but they struggle a bit in the race, and that's that consistency I was talking about early on. You can be consistent on one, you can make one good lap, and then it's very difficult to replicate it when your tires wear off.
Yeah, it's very difficult. I've just seen something at the start of the stream. Hilly has subscribed. That's his 24th month of subscription. That's 3 in a row at the moment. So thank you, sir. One of the stalwarts of this league. That is 24 months. That's just some serious good going, that is.
Yes, it is.
We appreciate the support as always, and thank you, Jason J, for the follow. Over 20 people in the session, which is good to see. I've just got to sort out another issue.
Yes, Almanac is on a lap. He is almost 7/10 up, and that will put him in the top 5 at least. So it's all about maximizing everything in this quite tight section of the track, and he's only 6/10 up now. So he has lost a bit in that section. He did look a bit out of shape, but he did look to get a decent, just traction zone out of just before sector 3, heading over the line now. He will improve upon his time. It will be a 28.2, so only 3/10. So he has made a mistake.
Nasuda has crashed at turn 8.
Ooh, Yeah, I saw Yeet Mix spin as well when he went on his run. Um, so
Is that
some
on the way? That would be on the way out, possibly. Interesting. Well, we'll find that out later. What's Monts doing?
he isn't on a lap. Do we even have anyone on a lap?
No, I think we've got to that period of the session where there's a bit of a lull before the next runs happen. Nico is
Yeah, he's moved up,
on
hasn't
his.
he?
Yeah, no, yeah, Nico has moved up. Sorry, Nico has moved up. He is alongside Jaren. That was the other thing I forgot to mention. So, yeah, Nico's now a permanent EU3 driver. Was in EU4, has impressed us, and we've just decided, you know what, let's give him a go. Shall we go on board with a lap round Miami with Nico? He's the only one out there. Got his own
Yes, I
alone
think
time.
we should.
We shall. DRS. That was the line for it. We're going to open it up. And we're going to start that round Miami into turn 1, braking down into 3rd gear, trying to get that car rotated. Easy through the throttle as we go through turns 2 and 3. Now, up to the sweeping corners of 4, 5 and 6. That car looks very understeer on board before we have to wait to get the power down at turn 8. DRS line detection point is there again. Now we're going to open it up here as we run all the way down to turn 11 for the next twisty section of the track. File the car in, trying to straighten this curb up through turn 12 before we head to 13, and then probably the hardest corners on the track, 14 and 15, and trying to straight line the chicane. 16, the Red Bull on that power, you hear the wheel spin as we approach the final DRS zone on the track before braking from 210 miles an hour into the hairpin. Missed the apex a little bit there. Try and straight line it towards the exit. And we are going to go with a 27.7. So onto the second row of the grid.
Ooh. Yeah, that's unlucky for Heat Mix. They need to pull out a good lap now to not start below the top 10.
That is interesting because he's come out with Griffin, so maybe he's gone too slowly out of the pit lane.
Yeah, I mean, if you drive too slow, you get the yellow flag, and you then get the illegal blocking grip penalty. That's why people have to be careful about where they go too slow. So you will see that a bit when you watch league racing, because the most efficient way to warm up the tires now is to hold the brakes.
Going full Kimmy.
Yes, you have to hold the brakes and then as you go throttle. So you have to have warm brakes to warm up the tires, and then so that's why you will see that people will get quite a few of those penalties as well. Also, you do minimize the tire wear when you do so.
Lewis is going to be the first one to set. Oh no, he's backed out of it. Interesting.
I think he
was
might
the first
have
one to set.
had a mistake.
Oh, I don't know, but Goran's about to come up on his lap and he's got loads of traffic in the way. Lewis, who backed out, now to get out of the way. He's going to follow this Alfa Romeo, though, who's probably going to have to get a move on. It's Wisey Boy in front of him. Not quite holding him up too much. Goran's down by a second and a half, so no improvements.
No, there is not, but we do have Griffin on the lap. He has a clear track in front of him, and he's coming up to turn 11, braking at the 100, maximizing the entry, and then it's all about keeping the speed up throughout this slow speed section of the track. Coming up to the corner where we did see Esteban Ocon into the wall. Not a great place to crash out, as you will definitely get a huge amount of damage. And 4/10, almost 5/10 up for Griffin, so this could be a provisional pole lap if he can put it together in the last sector as well. Very difficult sector, on traction especially, so hitting the apex nicely. He's gonna go up towards the line now. It will be close, open the DRS, and it's a 27.4.
Almanac is going to take a significant chunk of time out of his lap and does a 27.4 as well. Only 0.06 of a second between that. Next one on a lap doing well is Yeetmix is going to finish his last lap, and that is a 27.6. Caxel's also going to cross the line, and that is a 27.9. Not Ras is improving. Sid is improved by another 6/10, so the track is definitely getting some evolution.
Yes, it is, and look at how close it is so far. Absolutely amazing to see. I think that's like, how many cars is it?
I don't know, but Goran's going to be the next one. This is going to be another lap time. Didn't improve as much as what everybody else done. Wisey Boy, again the same. Monts can not quite, so some guys not really taking advantage. Not Ras is 2/10 up on his time. Lewis has gone to pole.
Yeah, that's a great lap by Lewis. So pole position for the Ferrari. But Griffin again showing that he's really good in quali, and Almanac getting on top of it again. Really close for the top 4.
Close on top 4. Again, how many times have we seen it that seconds only separate the top 13 or 14 drivers in this tier? It's been really, really close, and it's not always the usual suspects involved. Lewis on pole with that final last-ditch effort. Griffin and Almanac there as well. Nasuda strong showing. Yeetmix 5th, but it's got that unfortunate 5-place grip penalty, which we can't do much about. Nico in 6th after his promotion. Stelcho, Sid, Twitch, Caxel, and not Ras round out the top 10. Mont, Goran, Lanky, Wiseboy, Rob down there in 15th. Dan's in 16th, but we're expecting those two, Hacko. How many times we've seen that Williams and that Alfa Romeo make up places in the race?
Yeah, I mean, I've talked with Rob about this, and he's struggling with the quali pace, but he's so good in the race. He's consistent, and that's all he needs to be. A lot of these guys get into incidents because they just want to battle throughout the entire race, and that's not the fastest way to drive. And I think Rob knows that. But he has been unlucky as well with his incidents on his own, being collected and stuff.
Yes, I get that feeling. It looks like we are going to have a dry race. The sun is out.
That means wet EU2 race. Yay!
Yep, wet EU2 race. Shock.
You
Always
heard it
is
here
at the moment.
first.
So we've seen. Unfortunately, I didn't watch EU4 last night. Literally saw like the last couple of laps, and it was a safety car. So that doesn't really give me much insight in terms of the strategy.
It does
Hacko,
not.
over to you.
Yes, file out and away we go. Not yet. Oh, it's very slow. And we have a safety car. What's going on?
Good. Yeah. I think I know why.
Formation lap! Formation lap!
Formation lap. Formation lap. Here's your free formation lap that you don't get. There is a couple of switches going on. I think I know what the problem is. It's because Limits had joined the session. He then got kicked out of his car, then couldn't take control, and now he's taken control again. Between now and qualifying and the race, he is now back in. So you got a formation lap, guys. So one less lap to hopefully not put it in the wall. So you'll have 28, hopefully 28, 27 racing laps when you come around. It's annoying, isn't it, at the moment? It seems to be, well, EU3 in particular on a Tuesday, there seems to be issues, which is frustrating for us, frustrating for the drivers, and frustrating for you guys watching at home. But, Hako, it does allow us to talk through the tyres, and we have quite a range in the old strategy already.
Yeah, we do. We have the top 3 on hard tires, and then it's like mediums down to P8. And then we have Nudras on the softs. He's gonna try and make up a few places early on in the race. Pit early and get the advantage of track position. Then we have Munch on the mediums. Eatmix, as always, on the softs, trying to be aggressive. Lanky on the softs as well, trying to be aggressive. Goran on the mediums. Then it's hards for both Viceboy and Rob. And Limits is on softs, so he didn't really get to choose his strategy, I think, because of him not being able to take control. But Dan is on the hards, and so is Andre. Hard tire is good around here. They're really they're holding up pace, and they're not too bad to drive on.
No. Oh, Alpha and Mayo double stacking. Hello. So what are these two going to go on? Dan is in. Wiseboy is going to go to the medium tyre.
Yeah, I think.
Dan's
I mean,
going to do the same.
They were at the back anyway. Why not get rid of the hards, and you now don't have to do a stop?
No, you now can go medium will be fine, won't it?
Yeah,
medium, and then go, and then you can always use the hard tyre if you really need to.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, you got it all to play for. I mean, just you'll easily catch up to the pack. They were at the back anyway, and you'll have the advantage of. I mean, if you could stretch them to the entire race, which you can't, the mediums die off quite quickly around here. But if you could, you wouldn't have to pit anymore, which is always a good thing to have as your advantage.
Does allow these guys to go slightly a bit more aggressive with their driving though, if they can then go medium.
Yeah, I mean you'll have to be aggressive because you'll have to make up places, and that will be difficult when you're down in the lower places because you only have 2 guys on the hards down there, so you struggle to make moves on the soft tires.
So safety car is in. Funny enough, Monster's gained a place, Lanky's gained a place, and yeah, that's it. And then the other Rob, Limits, and Andre have all gained places because Wiseboy and Dan have stopped. But Lanky and Monster have already made a place before we got the safety car, which is interesting. Lewis is going to lead us away. Has done this a few times this season already.
Yes, and I think he has gone. Yes, he
has.
Gone
out of the final corner.
And that is a great restart. And we have Almanac very close by to Griffin. But there's got to be... I mean, turn 1 isn't really that great of an...
Sid's round. Sid is round. I don't know if that's contact or it is because it's contact because Not Ras has got no front wing end plate on the right hand side of that Mercedes, so that's contact with the new guy and the EU4 driver that is reserving tonight.
Yeah, so Not Ras trying to keep it out the way for everyone on. And then Munch fighting with Kaksu and Yeetmix being in the mix as well. And Yeetmix will go down the inside on the soft tires, and it will be a done move
Yeah.
Quite easily done for Mix. They will now have to catch up in front. Oh, a bit of a loss of the rear. Um, I followed Mix in quali, and that car is quite unstable, but they will gain a huge amount of time in that middle
Mm.
sector because of the tire advantage.
Emix seems to have a setup that's really good for qualifying, but when it comes to the race, it's the rear end that really lets him down under that heavy fuel load. As Nico and Nasuda are going side by side, these two could have been in the same tier as each other at this time last week. But yeah, but it seems to be sliding around. It makes it really difficult for Emix. Caxel's in, and so is not Ras. Caxel with a front wing change, so we missed that.
Yeah, he must have had damage, like at the start as well. Not Russ. I mean, it's so easy to get an incident, and
Oh!
Griffin's very close to the wall. Did he hit
Yeah,
it?
so was Lewis actually. Yeah, it was very close to the wall from the leaders. Wisey boy. Oh, and Andre
Oh!
lost the back end.
Yeah, that's. I'm surprised he saved that one.
Yeah, and both the Alfa Romeos have gone through.
And Almanac on Griffin, and
That is
he is now passed.
interesting. That was turn 12, I think. Yeah, it was turn 12. That move's been made.
I love this view. Love to see the eyes of the driver.
Look into my eyes.
Nico is now under pressure from Nisula. I mean, it's all very close up here, and Griffin is trying to make up the place again, but he won't. Oh, and that's a bit of a dive. Yeah, I mean, you're never really gonna get space.
Oh, and there we go.
Yeah, I don't want to be a steward, but you were never really gonna get space there with that half attempt.
No, Death Storm's wishing that he didn't.
Return.
Okay. Oh, and Lanky's then out of position as well because of it through two. If I have to be honest, I think the Sue and Griffin are unlucky there. That's kind of been caused slightly by Nico's. He didn't go for it, did he? And that's the problem. He didn't really go for it, and it was really half-hearted, and that was then always going to happen because you would get closed off. We've got not Yeet Mix. We've got Lanky, Goran, and Monsten all going side by side.
Yeah, I mean, that was really close to an incident as well. And Lanky's very late on the brakes, almost tapping Goran. But that's really well done. And Munch doesn't have a front wing end plate on the right-hand side.
No, and I'll tell you what, we nearly saw a move for the lead as Almanac's hit the wall. I think he's got away with it. Almanac was trying to make a move, or Lewis, into turn 11. He's hit the wall on the exit of turn 16.
But he's going for it.
He's going to go for it. The back end of that AlphaTauri looks a bit switchy, and Lewis goes back down the inside. The up and under treatment.
I mean, this is great racing, and Almanac is going for it once again. And Stelzio is having the best view of the city. And Lewis is gonna go around the outside again. Oh no, and that's Almanac into the wall, and that's him out of the race, and that's gonna be a safety car.
It'll be a safety car, it will be a safety car.
And that looked like a racing incident. Yeah, that's very unlucky. Almanac out. He is in the championship fight, and that's with his championship opponent. But Stelzio has been really great. So has Yeetmix, let's be honest. Yeetmix usually spins around this time. So he saved.
It's nice to see my message from last week's really sunk in. I'm being slightly sarcastic if no one's picked that up. and my message before the race of good luck, keep it clean.
Yeah. I mean, you will always have a bit of incidents, but I mean, that just looked like the F123 contact model not really being all that great. But Limits has gained quite a few places, hasn't he? Like up to P8 already.
Yeah, and the Alfa Romeo boys are currently 9th and 10th after their lap 1 stop.
Yeah, and then there's a bit of a gap down to everyone who has had to pit because of damage and whatnot. And we have a few cars into the pits. We have Nico going on to the hards on this pit stop. Not a bad choice, not a bad choice. We have Goran going on to a set of... Was that hards? I think it was. Yes, it was.
On Gorin is the hard tyre, yes.
And then we have Lanky in as well. Everyone should be pitting around now. Rob is in for medium tires. Not a bad choice. And we have Yeet Mix out still on the subs. I mean, the subs, they drop off, but like they're still quite a consistent tire most of the time. He will still have a bit of tire life because of the safety car early on. And now the safety car as well. So they will try to go long and then may possibly go onto a medium tire. Which is always good to see. But both alphas has gained quite a few places.
There they have. I'm waiting for the inevitable of steam braking, and well, you missed it, Hacko. Before this time last week, by the end of lap 2, I had pressed the pause button to see the race director, to see the carnage that had gone on lap 1. See, got penalties for what. I then couldn't get back out onto the spectator menu, so I was basically useless and couldn't invite people back. We have a spinner. It's Limits.
And I have given him the commentator's curse.
You have. All that hard work flushed down the drain.
Not Russ is on the soft tires again. He likes those softs, doesn't he? I mean, the soft tire is great, and you will have a big pace advantage for the 6 laps. They're good, and they will drop like a stone.
They will.
He will go slowly to not overuse the tires, which is smart because this safety car will have to stay out anyway. So top 5 hasn't pitted under this safety car.
Oh, it's a good topic question, Neil. I like it. I don't know. Wizards just asked me the question of spinning under the safety car. Is that better or worse than getting a penalty under the safety car?
I almost rather spin on the safety car because you can still make up the places.
Yes. I think spinning under the safety car can happen because you're trying to warm your tyres up, which is fun. I'm all for it, and the curbs. I think track limit penalties under the safety car is just silly.
Yeah, especially crashing under the safety car in Baku, Jones.
Oh, wow. You know you're going to do him that dirty.
I mean, I have
Wowzers.
to. It's losing us the constructors.
That was your teammate as well telling you that. God.
Don't be my teammate. You have the heat on your back.
I mean, my teammate's doing very well at the moment. He's carrying the McLaren charge in the constructors. I promise him I'll show up at some point. Don't know when.
Yeah, were you lying?
Lewis is going to lead us once again.
Good way to avoid the topic.
Yes.
I love it. So going slowly he is now, and he will try and head into turn 1. In P1.
He's gone. He's gone now. He's gone now. He's gone.
He has
And
gone.
are we gonna see any moves into turn? Whoa! Oh, I think someone's got that wrong. Yeah, Dan's got that wrong. Into turn 1.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's...
and it's going to end horribly wrong because they're all 3 wide. He's got damage. He's trying to move out the way.
Yeah, Yeetmix got front wing damage as well.
I think that was slightly caused because he's worried about Nico, who's going to send it on him into turn 1. Because he had quite a bit of slipstream.
Yes, and Stelzio is going for the lead of the race. Going into turn 11. Not even. He's passed well before. He's got low downforce zone. And that McLaren looks really good in race trim. He's been just doing his job. Maybe race is struggling a bit on the hards. Maybe they're not as warm as you would want them to be. Nico is now up into P3. On fresh tires as well. So he's absolutely rapid now. Top 2 will be struggling. Goran is gonna go for a move on Viceboy into the hairpin. Will have to brake late, but doesn't do it. Stays put for now. I think we have Nisula.
It's all kicking off back here.
Yeetmix having to cut across because he has to pit because of that damage.
Yeah, but if I'm being brutally honest, that's probably his window anyway. Those soft tyres. 9 laps on them since the start of the race. So it's not disastrous because I reckon he can go now possibly to the end if he's very brave.
Racer.
Lewis has picked up a penalty. Not Rash has got past Rob. Rob needs to come in because he's got front wing damage on that right-hand side of that Williams.
Yeah, I think some people have been a bit too aggressive on the restart. And I think that is the biggest problem with this tier, is people being too aggressive on safety car restarts.
Yeah, I think that time around, I think that was just two genuine mistakes. I think just got it slightly wrong.
Yeah.
And it's funny enough, it was defending the place rather than attacking the place on those 2 occasions. But yeah, it has been people trying to win the race in 2 laps rather than 20 or 30, you know.
Yeah.
But hopefully, how we can calm down a little bit.
Caxo is feeling brave going on the inside there, but yeah, better traction on the outside.
Well, there was a swap for
the lead. No, not the lead, but P2.
No, there was a swap at Alpine.
Oh, that's
positions,
what it caused.
Right. And Lanky's got on the curb a little bit, and he's lost swallowed. 2 places.
Yeah, Goran ahead now. And
runs deep though.
Yeah, from my point of view, it looked like there was gonna be contact, but they did well to avoid it. But now Vicebo will be under attack, and you would understand that he's on old tires, and ahead we go, and no ERS in that Alpha.
Nisula down the inside. Wisey Boy gives him space. He's going to try and force him to go all the long way round.
Yeah, and there's just no grip left compared to the tires of the guys up in front, because they are new tires. These old tires, that's just the pace advantage. And Lanky will probably now go on the attack as well, because he will need to get past to follow the guys in front, and Griffin will try and get past as well, and he's out of ERS as well.
Yeah, Lanky passed Wiseboy into that corner. Limits has done the same on Not Rash, but Not Rash hasn't given that up. And we're going to see swap for P2, Lewis and Nico. Nico's slides his way through.
Yeah, this has helped Stolshu though, because Stolshu's been able to save his ERS and just save his tires a bit.
Mhm.
Um,
Limits are not a monster fighting. Limits past months. I'll tell you what, Hako, I'm looking at some batteries here, and I'm using the words lack of for some drivers, especially that midfield, where they've been fighting away since the safety car restart.
yeah, Nisula getting past Goran, that's not too bad, because then they will maybe latch on to the train up ahead. So we almost got a full train now again.
Yeah,
For the
these two
top 10.
cross paths. These two cross paths before in previous seasons of contest of speed. And you said join the train back up again. To see if Limits can drag Mont closer to the top 10. Top 10 all within DRS range, so plenty of battery and top speed being used. Sid is past Wisey Boy.
Yep, Sid has got a bit of more years to play with, I think, as he's not blinking. So that's good for the EU4 driver. He's doing well to stay in the train.
Yeah, top end of EU4 have done particularly very well. Monster's gone straight on and got that wrong. We've seen that once or twice already today.
Yeah,
Limits catching that Haas mid corner there. That's a bit concerning on 6. That old hard tyres. So
yeah,
perhaps that's
that rear
setup
looks
related.
really loose. Going through
S-
the left-hand bend.
Yeah, especially on prolonged loading corners at speed. Which is a bit concerning because there's quite a few of those around here.
Yep, there is. And Caxel going up the inside of Vicey Boy. Caxel having a bit more speed. Sid is out of the S, so he will be an easy picking on the next straight.
Yeah, once past Limits. These guys are fighting a bit too much. They've already lost a second this lap. Wise Boys just needs to stick in behind and keep touch with this train.
Oh,
Rob has retired, and we're going to get ourselves probably...
No, not another safety car. That is impressive.
Not even a VSC. That is impressive. Nasuda down the inside of Lewis into the penultimate corner. Griffin's done the same on Lanky.
Stelzio is in the pits.
Which does not surprise us. He's probably going to see... We're going to see some hard tyres on that McLaren, I think, at some point.
Yeah. So a Ripple 1-2. Is this really F1?
Yeah, we're seeing a lot more overtakes than we did at the weekend for those that got up and watched the race on Sunday morning.
Yeah. I was gonna watch the race, but I crashed out of Sebring, so I didn't.
I was definitely up at the crack of dawn Sunday morning, 4 o'clock, to watch the Australian Grand Prix. Twitch Gaxel is down the inside of Sid. That was relatively simple. What we're seeing here, I think, especially on this game, because it's the first time we've raced Miami.
I think it is, yes. I don't think we raced here
on this game
last season.
Slipstream and DRS seems to be very, very strong.
It is definitely very strong. Goran going for a move on Racer. Racer is losing out, but he is on very old tires, so he will have to pit soon enough. Might even pit this lap. No, he doesn't. He stays out for now. Not a bad choice.
Wiz said he can't believe there's a Mercedes in 4th. It's far too high up now. That Mercedes is now in 3rd place, trying to keep close to the leaders.
I do agree. It is way too high.
Oh, and there it is. We called it, didn't we? Limits are spun. Fun enough, through turn 3. We did think that Haas was looking particularly loose on the rear end at the higher speed corners.
And he's doing
He has to load.
I don't know how many turns he did to get that car around, but he did get it around that end.
He's put the foot to the floor. We have a Red Bull 1 and 2.
Goran is quite close, but not close enough as of yet. Nisula is within DRS, just about a knot. Is he? Yes, he is. So if Red Bull play it correctly, they will now just stay ahead.
Yeah, we've got then a train from Goran all the way down to P8. Wisey Boy has dropped off, but he's got a bit of a buffer to not Rass in 10th. So,
yeah, will Racer go in? Yes, he will go in this lap. A bit over the track, the line, but let's hope no one reports him for that, as he's already got a penalty.
He's got a 3-second time penalty, only driver to do so far. We've got another person coming in not Rass. Decent effort on those soft tyres. He's got to go to the medium tyres to the end of the race.
Yes. So EU3 is now. They've done a stop. Just noticed. They must have had damage at the restart as well. EU3.
EU3 and Dan came together.
Oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
They come together, and that's where they are compared to where Nico is. So Nico was behind them. You can see what that incident has done for those two guys' races. We have a move for the lead, and it's Nasuna on Nico out of the chicane. That is an interesting position to overtake.
Yeah, Nisula showing that he wants to be in EU3 probably.
Yeah, well, Griffin and Goran side by side. Griffin. Oh, Griffin dropped it.
Oh,
that's gotta be really awkward.
Almost.
That is front wing damage, and we shall be going into the pits. Another car coming.
Yeah, that's
a bit
lucky.
scary.
He ghosted. Good thing we have ghosting on this season.
Oh, could you imagine without it? That would be carnage.
Yes, it would. So Missoula and Nico staying out for now. They got the gap to cover off an undercut attempt for now, but only one of them.
Yeah.
So who gets the treatment?
Well, you don't know what they're going to do. They may just go to the end. Nisula is been overtaken.
Yeah, but it's not worth it, is
past Dan.
Stelzio on those new tires. Have
them
on.
He's eventually got past Dan there. Eventually, been a couple of laps. So, well, it'll be interesting if they stop. How that's happened. Monster's picked up 3 seconds. That's over the chicane. I'm not surprised.
Yep. So Nisula getting past Nico down the straight, and almost into the wall he goes, and into the pits he goes as well. Everyone just crosses the line. What is this?
Well, we say that, and we also say the other thing. They've only lasted 12 laps, Hako, compared to we've got a couple of cars. We've got the Alphas out there on medium still.
Yeah, I mean the tires hold on nicely, but it's the pace they got that's concerning.
Gap to the lead. That is now below 17 seconds between Nico and Lewis in P8.
And look at how much time Stelzio's gained. He's so far ahead.
Dan's really struggling on those tyres, and Lewis gained pretty much a second on him. in that sector, but he's not quite got past the Alfa Romeo yet. Dan's going to go to the inside and make Lewis try and work a little bit harder for it.
And it's gonna block Nisula. No, it isn't.
Oh,
Nisula's gonna go around the outside. That's a great move.
that is a great move. Opportunistic. And that's really important now. So these two are now fighting. Nico is now up the road. Lewis is now taking another second out the lead. Gap down to 16 seconds and dropping. Caxel's made a move on Sid.
And Goran is in. Caxel is in. Sid is staying out.
Nasuda's made the move on Lewis before the second to last corner.
Yeah, it's not really a racist fight, is it? He's on older tires. He just has to try and stay with Nisula. Try and play catch up to Stelzio.
Dan's trying to be very brave.
Yeah, look at Stelzio. He's absolutely stuck behind that Aston Martin. He's gonna stay behind so he can get the DRS and then pull along. But that has cost him quite a bit of time because Nisula is now only just about a second behind him.
Stelzio on Mons, Lanky and Goran are going to go side by side. Nico's going to pass Dan. Undercut proved massive for those two guys. Oh, that is on the inside. That's an interesting way of doing it. Showed how effective that undercut is. Nisuda and Lewis are massively out in front of. I say massively, 2.5, 3 seconds up the road on Nico.
Yeah, and look at Nisula. He's now in the DRS of Stelzio. So Stelzio's been held up quite a bit by Munch, who has no grip left in those tires. So will he go into the pits? No, he won't. He's gonna stay out for now.
Suda 30.6. Lewis gets the move done, so he can keep up with his championship rival. Dan has come in.
Lanky getting past Goran.
That's a solid stint on those mediums. So he's going to done 18 laps on those mediums. He's going to put some new mediums on and go to their end.
Stelzio and Nisula through the first sector. That's interesting. Battle for the lead. Or the net lead. Sid is still out there, but I think he's made the wrong choice here to stay out. I mean, he's probably just hoping for a safety car. Which is fine.
I think Dan was as well. He did 18 laps on the mediums and he's put a new set on to go to the end. Wisey Boy in Jeep Mix battling it out. And Jeep Mix is going to get the DRS and the lap move back. There's some interesting battles that are developing.
Yes, there is, and I mean, gotta give it to Nutraz. It's been a difficult race for him having that damage early on. But he's in the points for now, so it's not all bad for him.
Wisey Boy and Yeet Mix side by side all the way down to the hairpin. Interestingly, neither of them picked up DRS, so they must have crossed the line together. Oh, it's going to get really close on the exit, but Wise Boy holds that position off. Probably not for much longer because the McLaren's going to come back at him, but not quite yet. We could see a five-car group for the lead here.
Yeah, Stelzio's lost quite a bit of pace. I mean, he is on hard tires. Everyone else is on mediums, so you would expect them to be a bit faster. But he's lost quite a bit of time. So I would assume, yes, he is just... No, he isn't.
Oh! He was going to let him through and then left his nose in. And that could have been a little bit costly there for both of them.
Yeah, I think he assumed that Racer was gonna be quicker through the corner, since he backed out and then just made a tiny mistake because of it. And look at Nisula, he's right up at the back of Sid. Sid, who is on really old tires, will struggle to even keep that battle on.
Oh, and he's got a bit screwed on exit as well. Lewis past Nico. And DRS and the Red Bull is not even going to use the slipstream either.
Will
This
he
could
stay?
get a bit close. Enough room between those guys. Now they'll do battle again, but this allows Nasula to extend his lead out front.
Yeah, I mean, Nisula is gonna be in a league of his own because of all the fighting that's gone on down here. And look at that, Racers just gained 5 tenths, 7 tenths throughout one corner because of Sid is on such old tires. So he's even got DRS.
Doesn't matter though, because Nico's going to go past
The slipstream, and just having more ERS does help quite a bit in that case.
He
Still
has got
staying behind for now.
He has got the slightly better tyres as well over Racer in P4 at the moment. Don't forget, Lewis was one of those guys that came in a little bit early compared to the leaders. Nico's going to make 2 moves in pretty much a couple of corners as he's going to go past Sid, who's, well, he's valiantly holding on here. And it would be brave to say that he could hold on to a top 5 finish, depending on how things go. Because there's a nice gap to Caxel back in P6 at the moment.
Yeah, and Racer, what a move! But is he gonna keep it? He's not gonna keep it on track. So I would assume he has to give that pace back, and he does.
He already has given it back. That's put him under pressure though to the McLaren, who
Still
is looking to. Yeah,
you're never gonna make it around the outside there. Bit of a too fast corner to like go around the outside. You really have to be side by side to make it happen. But Sid will now be passed by both of them, I would assume.
Yeah, that was a great helicopter shot I got there. You saw Sid and Stelcher take a slightly wider line through that corner, and Lewis took a little bit of a narrower line to straighten up the corner to get more exit speed. That was very interesting to see how those drivers are using turn 7 and turn 8. Monsters picked up another penalty, so he's on 6 seconds. So, well, there's not really many places you can go off here.
No, but if you are going to go off, it is going to be the long left.
I can see why he's got 6 seconds, because they're currently got to fight 3 wide through turn 13.
Oh my God.
2 moves in 1 corner.
I mean, you never see anyone go like 2 wide, and you see these guys go 3 wide.
These guys were going 3 wide. They've all got no ERS or battery. They're literally just using slipstream and DRS at the moment. So this, Yeet Mix from a long way back. Don't forget these two have already come together once this race.
Yeah.
And that looks like it could be a second time as well. No front wing on the left-hand side of that McLaren, so it's a bit more of a bullet in a straight line. Rear end lock-in. Runs it a little bit deep. Alfa Romeo going to go round the outside. The Aston Martin's getting involved as well. Yeah. May have to give that one back, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you cut the corner, you have to give that position back. Even if it was to avoid a collision. And even if it was going to lose your positions, you still have to get the position back. But I am not a steward yet. And I won't ever be.
That is well, it shows you no matter what positions are, even outside the points, it is fiercely contested in this tier. That's over P12 and 13. One Alfa Romeo is trying to attack and defend a place. The other one is defending a place. Griffin, whose teammate's having a battle with Stelcho at the moment, as you can probably see on screen.
Yes.
Griffin's probably trying to get the last point, and he does.
And Caxel will now try and go on the inside of Sid. And is he gonna keep it? He is keeping it on the inside, but he's now gonna have the outside, and he will make the move. Stelcio has to be more aggressive if you want to gain positions here, because he is stuck behind Sid for now.
Yeah, we talk about giving each other space, but sometimes you can give a bit too much space when either attacking or defending a position.
Yeah.
But he should have this pretty much wrapped up this time round.
Yeah, DRS, and now, but he will be on that attack by Goran now. As well.
Should just dive it down the inside, properly go for it. Again, not really a full committed move, and we all concertina up as we go through into the stadium section
Yeah.
of the circuit.
Gotta love the helicopter shot in those moments. Caxon will now catch up to Racer because he is on the faster tires. So he will have the advantage. We might even see him on the podium once again. But no interviews this round.
Oh, boo.
Boo. I don't mind it.
What was I going to say? I was going to say something quite important. Oh, yeah, don't forget, all this battling is actually helping Lewis in the long term when we get to the final lap or so. He's got a 3-second time penalty, and at the moment, he's only going to drop to 4th. He was going to drop to 5th, but because these three are fighting it out, it's making it a bit easier. Speaking of fighting it out, we've got Dan and Mons into turn 1. I think there's a bit of a tap there for the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, and look at Lanky. He's all over the back of Sid, and he will try and get past now.
It's a brave effort from Sid. I do commend him for that.
Yeah, I mean, staying out, hoping for a safety car can help. But in Andre
that's in the pits.
Oh, whew. I was about to say.
Goran's past Stelcho, but I think the McLaren may come back at the Mercedes.
Yeah, and Sid is defending really well against Lanky. Lanky almost losing it on the exit, but still it's only 3/10 behind, even when he almost lost it. And now there's an attack on Goran, and that's gonna be
he makes
him
a
up.
spun. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. That's what that's for.
And Lanky is ahead of Sid, and he will now try and push on. So, I mean, if Sid can just get a point here, it would be nice for him. Yeatmix crashed out.
Oh, Yeatmix is retired. He's dropped it.
Yeah, I think that's
on
a
the
bit too
exit.
late for a safety car.
He will be now.
So,
having said that, we've never seen it. We've seen it before. Mons and Dan are still fighting. I think these two are not really going to settle it until, wouldn't be surprised if both end up with some carbon confetti at some point. Sid's picked. Oh, that's definitely going to drop him. Well, it's going to drop in 9th anyway, but it's definitely going to then.
He's going to
put him under pressure. Well, I say put under pressure. Griffin's struggling on those tyres now. Those mediums are getting towards the end of its life.
Yeah, but you would expect so are Sid's tyres. They've been on for such a long time.
Again, a position change for P12.
And Stelcio
enjoying
will be on
themselves.
the attack.
Stelcio will be on the attack from Goran. Twitch Caxel. Got past Lewis. Caxel having a great final stint here. Akko's shown some real good pace compared to some of the other guys that are stronger in the race earlier on. So Caxel up to 3rd place.
Yeah, and still staying behind Goran for now. And I mean, I don't even think they'll catch up anymore to Racer, because now he will probably be pulled along by Caxel, because the tires will even out after some time. Because when you're past the first cliff, they even out quite a bit.
Monsters come into the pit lane and then retired from the session. If I'm being honest, Hako, I don't understand that with a lap and a half to go. But, you know,
Gotta
you
save
do
some
you,
time.
guys. Yeah. Got to save that extra 2 minutes and 20 seconds that you're going to save. Stelcho and Goran then. Stelcho's not giving it up. It's not a foregone conclusion, this one.
No, it isn't. I mean, it's great to watch these guys battle for every point possible. But you would assume that if they didn't battle this hard, they would be on the back of Fraser and Caxel.
Yeah. We've seen again, it's one of these races where we've seen the very best and very worst of EU3 in terms of the side-by-side battling. Off the restart, it was pretty chaotic and everybody tripping over each other. Now we've got more settled gaps and intervals.
Oh no,
it is a lot
Sid!
easier. Sid, no! Oh, he's gone into the ball there, which suggests to me
He's gone
there's
wide,
been
hasn't he?
some kind of
Oh.
oh, it's done it.
It's done it!
It's done it again.
You out as well? Oh no, you're on
No.
PlayStation.
I'm gonna have to record this.
Away we go.
Okay. Anyway, you can have a podcast. Congratulations. We nearly got there, Hako. We knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But we didn't quite there. We have seen a move for P3 and 4, which doesn't matter anyway, because that is they're both PlayStation users. Nasu's going to come around the last corner and will win. Don't worry. Then Nico is going to finish second, 4 seconds back. Caxel's going to get it on track to Lewis. Luckily, Stelcho gets just ahead of Goran on the final concert corner. Lanky's going to finish 7th. Not Ras is going to cross the line in 8th position on his debut, so congratulations to him. Wiseboy in 9th. Griffin will finish 10th, which is probably unlucky because he probably was chasing that Alfa Romeo at the end. And Dan will finish in 11th place. I have got everything else. Don't worry.
Yeah, but would we not have to take it back a lap?
I will have to have a look.
Since
I don't think it's going to matter too much.
Yeah.
Because all the guys that were close were on the same platform as each other. Let me just do this. Cool. Taking a screenshot. I'm then going to do last 5 minutes so we can see that. Right, I will give you a rundown. You can have it as a podcast. Nasuda was our winner and, well, probably makes a claim to being promoted back into EU3 already. Nico in 2nd, Caxel 3rd, Lewis in 4th, Stelcho 5th, Goran 6th, Lanky 7th, not Ras in 8th, Wiseboy 9th, and Griffin in 10th, round out the top 10. Dan 11th, Limits 12th and a lap down. Sid and Monts both get classified, even though they crashed or retired at the end. And then DNFs for Yeet Mix, Andre, Rob, and one of our championship contenders, Almanac. that is pretty much it.
Yes.
Great game. Uh, we'll wrap it up because we can't do interviews either because there's something wrong with the channel and Discord and everything else, which makes it a bit difficult. So I will just do my outro and leave everybody to go on their way. A big thank you to everybody that supported the stream tonight. We had over 30 viewers, Hacko, for pretty much the majority of it, which is really good to see. So thank you everybody for that. Next on track action is AM3 in a few hours' time. EU3 next week. We'll be heading to. We are heading to Imola. Now that could be a bit of a wet one. Usually is in the past. And then the next EU2 action, you can see me and Hacko attempt to drive around Miami tomorrow night. It will probably be wet. It's EU2, and it seems to be the Europeans here that is wet at the moment. We share our racing night with AM2, and then you've got EU1 and AM1 on Thursday. Once the stream is finished, it will be up on the Twitch channel. If Twitch is not your platform of choice, this will be uploaded to our YouTube channel ASAP. Follow us on our Twitter and Instagram if you want to keep up with standings and results, etc., etc. And the Discord link has been in the stream if you would like to join us and think you can do better than some of these guys or ourselves. Other than that, Haku, unless you have anything to say, I'm done. I'm finito.
I am done as well. Yeah, I mean, good race. So, yes, there's a race later on tonight, as Maddie has said, and then we will catch you guys next time around Imola. Hopefully, no Steam servers going down this time around for the 4th time in a row. We will see you guys later. Bye bye.